Here we are, folks. Yet another YouTube post on how to get ideas for comics. Let's go! As a professional cartoonist who people pay me money to be funny, I'm often asked this question by prospective and beginning cartoonists. Gee, Subway Surfer, how do you get your great ideas for comics? And I always chuckle at that question. That's some major league chuckling right there. But to continue, I always chuckle and I answer, it's really quite simple. Every person on the planet is literally a walking encyclopedia book filled with billions of stories that keep getting added to every second of every day. It's material that any creator, any artist needs to construct a comic story that is thought-provoking, compelling, funny, and unique. And it's not to be found out there in space, but in here, right between their two ears. Whenever I need a story for one of my comics, I always go inside. But sometimes getting that information out from the inside can be a little challenge. The human brain is a fantastic instrument. It's an organic storage unit filled with billions of bits of information, data, stories especially, and you have to access that first. So here's what I do. Pay attention. Using a sharp, clean knife, I carefully cut off the top of my cranium and carefully, gingerly take the brain out. Put it on a clean sheet and start searching my brain for data. There are billions of stories, observations, associations, and impression buried deep in my consciousness that I just have to be patient enough to sift through to access all of this great stuff. Of course, sometimes panic has a tendency to set in if I don't quite remember where I put all my stories. Once you get to this stage, continue searching, don't panic, and be careful to note where you put all of those pieces of gray matter, because after all, you're the one responsible for putting it all back. Okay, folks, this is going to be a challenging idea generating exercise, but I want you to look deep inside of yourself. Walk down those stairs, open the basement door, open that closet, and pull out those painful memories. Pull them all out into the open, and that's what I want you to start illustrating. You'll find that when you look at those painful memories, there's a lot of power in them. Because that happened to you years ago. You're older, you're wiser, you can see things from a different perspective, and you can put a comedic twist on those bad memories. That's what I did with the episode that I illustrated, the cartoon, I think it was called The Bully Free Zone, How I Became a Bully Free Zone, that you can find on this channel. And also the one about pretty girls, they always pass me by. Both of those are based on painful memories, stuff that really happened to me, but they made for great ideas for comics. That's why I used them. That's why you should use them. Because when you use painful memories and you comment on your pain, you can find more people who resonate with that than your bright, sunny, shiny days. One idea generating tool that's really effective is taking out random sheets of paper and just drawing anything that comes to mind on the sheet. Don't think about how good it is. Don't think about how bad it is. Don't waste time trying to fix things, trying to make things bigger or smaller or more colorful, or make it more photorealistic or less photorealistic or more cartoony or not cartoony at all. Just draw whatever you're feeling at that time. But make sure that it's like 30 seconds and go, 30 seconds and go, or less. I found when you're drawing at that fast pace, it jumpstarts your mind, and you'll be able to come up with solid ideas in no time. And also, when you look back over the amount of drawings that you have, then you can put them together and you may just come up with that big idea. But there's always the screaming. When all else fails, sometimes it's just best to clear your head and go outside for a walk. A simple change of scenery can sometimes help spark your idea engine. For all you know, the next big idea can come to you unexpectedly, out of nowhere. And sometimes, out of nowhere, an idea just hits you. Bang! That's how the creative process works. Wow. That's gonna leave a mark. I couldn't let you guys go. I cannot let you go without introducing to some and reinforcing in others this great, proven, practical tool for idea generation, and it's called the mind map. The mind map is a visual representation of something that your mind does normally when it's trying to solve a problem, when it's trying to generate ideas, or when you're just daydreaming. Haven't you noticed that your mind just drifts off and it starts pre-associating and associating and connecting things, and then before you know it, you have something totally different, sometimes bizarre, sometimes not, but always unexpected, than the main thing that you started with. That's the power of mind mapping, that you can see it. Here's how it's done. You start off with a big circle right in the middle. That's where your main idea, your problem, is going to be. You make sure that you write it nice and big and clear. Then you draw 3 individual branches. On the left side, in the center, on the right side. Those are going to be your subcategories that come up with you when you start to free associate with the main idea. But you'll find also that even within the subcategories, there can be subcategories related to each one of those subcategories. Gee, I really hope that makes sense. Now, I've included 3 subcategories and 3 more subcategories. But when you're doing a mind meld, you can do endless subcategories and endless subcategories. But just for clarity's sake, we're going to work with the model that we have here. Let me show you what I did personally to solve 2 illustration problems, and I'll show you the result also. Stay tuned. I thought I'd choose something simple, so I chose dogs as the main category. Why dogs? Because I'm a lifelong dog lover. In fact, that was my motto in any relationship I got in. You must love dogs, and I do. And so that was my main category. And then for my 3 categories, my subcategories, I said, well, what are sayings associated with dogs? What are breeds associated with dogs? And what are their behaviors? So let's start with behaviors. What do dogs do, and what have I observed? Well, among them are they like to drink out of the toilet if they get an opportunity. They're endlessly chewing bones, at least my dog is. And For some odd reason, when they socialize with each other, there's a lot of butt sniffing that goes on, including human butts. I try to keep them away from that, but that's another story. Now, as far as breeds are concerned, I've owned in my life a pit bull, a lovable mutt, and a poodle mix. So I put that out there right away. That's where my mind went with the association. Thirdly, when I thought of my subcategory for sayings, I thought about the familiar dog-eat-dog world. And that's related to people in the business world, as you probably know. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Nobody looks out for you. Everybody's out for themselves. Dog-eat-dog. Then I thought about Parliament's famous song, Atomic Dog. Bow wow wow yippee-yo yippee-yay, bow wow yippee-yo yippee-yay. Okay, the next phrase that I thought of, or the next saying I thought of, was dog tired. So once I had the categories all lined up, once I had the subcategories, I put my idea engine to work, and I looked over these things to see if I could find some kind of visual association that incorporated what I had put down here on paper. And this is what I came up with. For dog eat dog, that was pretty easy. Like I said previously, the expression dog eat dog reminds me of the business world, where it's a dog eat dog, every man for himself, nobody looks out for anybody else, they look out for number one. And so I put my dog, who is a mutt also, in a business suit, representing the business world. Now I started to stop at him taking bite into a hot dog, and it would have been dog eat dog, but it would just be one dog eating a hot dog. Okay, and so that's when I came up with the idea, why don't I have a hot dog preparing to eat this dog? And so I thought that visually that would work better. The next cartoon, this is my favorite. Listen, Romeo, just because we shared a drink doesn't mean you get to take me home. I thought immediately about that social interaction, that butt sniffing things. And I thought about how dogs like to drink out of the toilet. Also, I thought about how they like to chew on bones. And so I got the idea, what if they was at a bar socializing? And this guy, this Romeo, was hanging out at the bar, and he's propositioning this poodle. And of course, he's just a stinky mutt. Now, these aren't big ideas. That's going to be up to you. But they are ideas. They are a start. And I just wanted to show you how this mind mapping thing works in generating your own ideas. Hi folks, here we are at the end, and I'm using this particular slide because I really want to reinforce using mind maps to solve all your idea generating problems. This is an excellent tool. I've used it numerous times in my artistic career, and I can't tell you enough on how well this works. Remember, you got your main idea, your categories, your subcategories. You can have as many as you want or as few as you want, but use this wisely. It's dangerous. This is Elgin Subway Surfer Bolling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. If you like the content that you saw here, if the stuff that you heard was entertaining, engaging, and informative, then please consider becoming a subscriber to this channel. And also feel free to comment. I love to hear from you. Did I say I love to hear from you? I love to hear from you. So this is Elgin Subway Surfer Bolling. I can be reached at cartoonsforyou2@aol.com. Yes, I know I'm dating myself. Everybody uses Gmail, but well, I like AOL. Anyway, that's cartoonsforyou2@aol.com. That's cartoons, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2 at AOL.com. Hope to hear from you.